Hello, people. This is a follow-up from one of my shorts. I guess the most popular short that I did on YouTube. Um, doesn't have a lot of views. It's got about 1,000 views. Sorry about my sore throat. So I'm gonna just explain for anybody, since it seemed to get more views than I typically would get. Since then, I did make the YouTube partnership program, so there's some other tricks you can do to make it your to get your videos noticed, blah blah blah. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is slide guitar. Anybody that's looking to learn slide guitar, or if you saw my short, you said, "Oh, that sounds pretty good." I was playing it on Fender Strat. I didn't do anything to the action, and it's the same thing here with this Yamaha. It's a 3/4 size guitar. I didn't do anything to the action, so when you hear people tell you, well, if you're going to learn slide guitar, you may want to get a guitar with a higher action, or you're going to have to higher the action. I kind of disagree. It's all about the touch. If you have a real heavy touch, and I kind of do, even though I got smaller hands, the next thing that's going to be crucial is picking your slide. Now, what's funny here is I have two different slides that I used, and I went through a bunch of them, because you got glass, you got copper, you got bottleneck, and I really decided on the bottleneck for the third finger, and also I use this copper brass sometimes on the pinky and sometimes also on the ring finger. I rarely do use the copper one, I do admit, but these are pretty cool. I think it's Ernie Ball. It even has like a sleeve inside, so you can get different sizing on it, or some people don't like the feel of the plastic that's inside the slide itself. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about tuning. So for a slide guitar, I would tell you that this is a little bit more advanced. I mean, if you're the type of guitar player that started playing guitar and you have an acoustic guitar or even electric, and you always tune your guitar to E, A, D, G, B, E, which is your standard 440 concert pitch, then this is going to involve some different tunings, okay? And I'm right now in open D tuning, meaning when I strum all six of the notes on this guitar without using my right hand technique, I'm going to get a D note. Okay, now how to tune it, and I'm gonna kind of explain why you tune differently when you use slide guitar. Although if you're memorizing your fretboard, it makes things complicated, because obviously tuning each string differently than standard 440 pitch does make a huge difference. So with that being said, here's how I'm going to go ahead and tune and show it. And if you want to tune your guitars, first of all, I would be careful. Although we're not tuning up to like E, where you know if you have strings on there, and you would actually be adding tension. We're going to tune to D, which is a little bit easier. If you have a guitar, maybe older strings, you're saying, well, because a lot of times if you have older strings and you change to a real dramatic different tuning, you're going to break a string. Okay, so instead of the very top string being an E, you're going to tune it to D. Okay, so D. Okay, and then we're going to go to your next string, which is E. It's typically A, and you're going to keep it at A. So you got, so far you got D, A. Now on the fourth, okay, instead of it's also going to happen to be a D. So far you got D, A, D on your first top strings, or what's called your bass strings. Now when you get down to your G string, that's just going to move down a half step to F sharp. Okay, and then the same as you have on the top, your bottom, your high strings, instead of a B, you're going to have an A and a D. So really, on the top you got D, A, D, and on the bottom, I mean, you got that F sharp for making certain minor chords, and then you got the A and the D. So just keep in mind, anything you play up here are the same strings down here. Now, what I like about this tuning, it really plugs you right in to a blues sound. If you know how to, work, let's say, a scale, and it's one whole position, then a half, whole, whole. Now, what I like about this is you have that A and D. Now, here's when you add in some slide. Okay, and then for people that are familiar with your basic 12-bar blues, let's say in the key of E. Okay, the good thing is if now the guitar, once again, I'm not going to retune it, but if you're, played the acoustic guitar before and all your open chords, your A, your B, your C, your D, your E, and typically you would use that E form to start learning your first bar chords. Like, and here would be a G, A, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. The good thing about when you're tuned open D, you can, what the most common key I would think is A, or I'm sorry, E, like walking, I'm sorry, the Eric Clapton one, so long, baby, so long. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to sing it because it's copyright, but you can hit with the tune in here. You can get your E, and then you can easily slide right down to that A. Back to that E, and then if you hit that B, back down to that A. Sorry about that. So hopefully that helps you out. Just go ahead. Once again, that tune in is D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. If you want to go right into the E, 3rd fret, down to your A, down to the 7th to the B. And then as far as learning, there are scales you can learn once you are retuned. Like I know, like if I wanted to put some type of riff together, these notes are all different because they're not tuned to E and I'm sorry, that was bad.